Hello, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jim Teske. Here is your 9 o'clock weather update on Monday. You know, if you were just to look at the numbers for today, the 81 for the high, the 53 for the low, both of those below normal for this time of year, you might not really get a sense for what it was like today. You step outside and just about anyone you talk to would call this a top 10 or even a top 5 day, even though temperatures were below normal. No precipitation in Syracuse outside that heavy rain on Saturday this past weekend. 13 out of the past 14 days have been dry in Syracuse. We're still running about an inch below normal. Take a look at the lows tonight. Not as cool as that 53. Will be 68 for the low. Widespread 60s across the area, partly because of the increase in clouds, and the wind, although not gusty, will be fairly steady overnight. You can see those clouds moving in from the west, high pressure giving ground. This frontal system approaching from the north and west will bring in showers and storms tomorrow. This warm front, as it moves north, will cause an increase in the dew point. We've had comfortable air over us today for a while. Dew points were in the 40s. It's in the 50s now, but widespread 60s, even some spots in the 70s south of that warm front. So we'll see a climb probably as high, as upper 60s. So on par with what was here on Saturday before the last frontal system came through, and we know what that did. Here's what's going on the timecast for the rest of the overnight. Clouds will thicken. You wake up tomorrow morning, mainly cloudy skies, and there will likely be a couple of showers east of Syracuse, in particular around Rome and Utica, south toward Norwich. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and sunshine. The first half of the day, mainly dry. Temperatures do rise into the upper 70s to near 80. Maybe a couple of showers trying to form at noon, but I think the main action comes after, say, 2 o'clock, and you can see showers and storms stretching from Watertown close to Syracuse and trying to form near Cortland and Ithaca. That's going to be the time where we'll have to keep an eye on things in particular. By the time you get to 9 o'clock, there's still some showers and storms, but I think the greatest risk for severe weather would be between 2 and 8 o'clock. Now, the overall risk is not as high as it was on Saturday, but still 2 out of 5 on that scale. Slight risk. High winds, damaging winds a possibility. Some hail. Flooding, I think, is going to be an issue, especially if it occurs south of Syracuse, Tompkins, Cortland, and Shenango counties. The threshold much lower there, as there was more in the way of rain over the weekend. And also, isolated tornado is not out of the question. Here's a cold front that moves through later tomorrow evening. Cooler air is coming in. In fact, cool enough, as I was looking at some of the numbers, that the showers on Wednesday are likely, in some parts, to be lake effect rain showers. And there's going to be clouds around, breezy and cool. But boy, the setup is going to be beautiful after that. 72 the high in Syracuse. But boy, look at all the 60s for a high. Struggling to get to 65 in Watertown and Lowville, 67 for a high in Cazenovia. Dare I say, a little touch of fall for those folks. Here's your forecast. After Wednesday, showers, clouds, and wind. Nicer here on Thursday, 77 with the sun, near 80 on Friday. For the weekend, I think it's mostly going to be rain-free. I can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm right around sunset on Sunday. Temperatures are going to be in the 80s. Monday, better chance for showers and storms, highs in the low 80s.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.